Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you are getting this video. This is Gifted Mind Online Tuition Academy, and this is Mr. Paul Simon Mzakazi, and today I have with you in chemistry. Now, in chemistry, I want us to solve a question on Moore concept. A very interesting topic, but very challenging if you do not follow certain philosophical disposition that it had. And that is why we are here as Gifted Mind, to make you understand what this topic is all about. You see, before we get to attempt this question, a few things that I want you to understand about Moore concept. Number one is you must understand what a Moore is, okay? Because we do understand that electrons, protons, neutrons, atoms, they cannot be measured or they cannot be quantified. But for them to be measured and so on, they have to combine in certain element, and that element is what gives us what is called a Moore, coming from the word itself, Moore concept. Number two thing, you must be able to understand in which way are they asking us to find about the mass, because we'll be interested in solving or finding the mass at some point in this topic. The number three thing that you need to understand about this particular topic is the molar mass. Where we get the molar mass? We get the molar mass, number one, either from an element, a single element, if it is sodium, if it is chlorine, if it is magnesium, or if it is barium. Or it can be a combination of elements, radicals, or a combine of acids, base, or salt. Like in this regard, we have got sulfuric acid. Now, having this understanding, the number two category in which I want you to understand this topic is, when do you know that they're asking you to find the number of moles? And when do you know that in this particular question, their interest, they are looking at particles, molecules, or atoms? So the secret is here, the way they phrase the question. For you to be able to know that in this regard, they are asking us to find about moles is about the question, calculate the number of moles. So here you know that the examiner, or the one asking or phrasing the question, is actually asking you or requesting from you to find the number of moles. Okay? Now, in a scenario that they ask you to say find the number of particles or the number of molecules, I can tell you that's a different case and scenario altogether. But then, videos and more videos to come will be able to explain these other questions. My interest today is about explaining and solving this question. Let's get to it. The question that I have here is calculate the number of moles. Okay? Already we know the interest is the number of moles. Are you with me? The number two is in 45 grams of sulfuric acid. Okay? So we are finding the mole in 49 grams of sulfuric acid. Now, what's the first thing that you need to do when you have this question? I still advise my learners to draft the data. Okay? Let's draft the data. So, for easy interpretation of what we need to do, that is our data. Okay? So, we have the number of moles, which is represented by N, which we are finding and we don't know. Okay? That's a question mark there. Okay? Number two, we have the mass in the question. What is our mass? It is 49 grams. Okay? And what is our molar mass? What is our molar mass, dear learners and parents? We do not know. But is it true that we do not know? The answer is no, again. Because the molar mass is here and it is well phrased. It's just that we don't know where it is, but it is there. And this is where sometimes an examiner would want to play with your mind. But it is very, very simple. So the molar mass is hidden in sulfuric acid, because we're trying to find the number of moles and the mass where? In sulfuric acid. So we have sulfuric acid here. We have sulfuric acid like this. So, but is this the molar mass? No. So how do we find the molar mass? That will be the first thing we are going to do. So we are going to bring out sulfuric acid here like this. Okay? Now, when it comes to mole concept, we are not interested in finding any other number but what is called the molar mass. So here we have got hydrogen, we have got sulfur, and we have got oxygen. Forget about the radical, because here sulfate can be regarded as a radical. But when it comes to mole concept, for you to get the proper molar concept, you need to break down the elements. That is hydrogen, and we have got, so 2 hydrogen, we have got 1 sulfate, and we have got 4 oxygen in this regard. So we are going to say 2, open bracket, what is the molar mass of hydrogen? When you go on the periodic table, it is 1. Okay, plus, what is the molar mass for sulfur? When you go on a periodic table and you do understand how to find molar mass, you are going to find that it is 32 plus. And now, when you go to oxygen, how many are they? 4. Open bracket. Now, how and what is the molar mass for oxygen? On your periodic table, it will tell you that it is 16. Like this. Okay, then we are going to multiply. We are going to say 2 times 1 is 2, plus, then we have 32, like that, plus 4 times 16, it gives us 64. Are you with me? Then we are going to add this. We are going to say 2 plus 32 plus 64, it gives us 98 grams more, like this. That's the molar mass. So our molar mass here is 98. Okay? So since we have found this, I hope you have captured this. Now let me wrap. We proceed to answer the question. We proceed to answer the question. Now, the formula for finding the number of moles is N is equals to mass over molar mass, like this. Okay? We can now begin to plug in or to inject. What is our mass? It is 49 over. What is our molar mass? It's 98. Okay? Then we are going to say 49 divided by 98. It is 0.5 moles. Therefore, my dear learners, we can say therefore 0.5 moles of sulfuric acid. And that's it. For more of such, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dear parents, you can only find such kind of teaching and finding such solution at Gifted Mind Online Tuition Academy. For more questions and queries, you can find us on 0976 49 36 16. We'll be glad, me and my team, to hear from you. Give us a child, and at the end, we'll give you a graduate. Peace.